Hello to all my Scorpio family. Rabbi Abe here. We are going into Aries. The thing is, lunar Aries, okay, by the Hebrew calendar. The thing is that this is the most powerful month to create changes because Aries is the seed level of desire. That's what it's all about. In Aries, we are tapping into the force of desire for the entire year and how desire will become manifest for us. The thing is, because if you are Scorpio, and this is the Scorpio channel, well, Mars also runs Scorpio. We understand that. It rules the constellation of Scorpio. So, what does this mean for the Scorpios of the world? Well, it awakens the desire, but hopefully not the reactive one. You see, Mars, as we know, is the war planet. The letter that rules Mars, as we read, and I recommend listening also to the other video on the other channel, on the Rabbi Soul Coach channel, where I went into detail not only about Aries, but how it relates to the Passover and so on. Okay? Not directly associated with Scorpio, but you will understand a great many things from that as well. One of the things that we talked about is the letter. We know this the force or the DNA of those letters are what govern the planet. And so the letter for planet Mars is Dalet. Dalet. We've mentioned it before, but the letter Dalet means two things. Okay, Dalet is a door. Dalet or Dalet means a door. It represents a door. What is a door? A door is an opening you can step through to go to another place. In spiritual terms, or at least according to the Kabbalah, a spiritual place will always mean another level of consciousness. It generally relates to a higher level or a better place than where I am right now. Because a place, when we talk about a place is not a physical place, if we understand that. Place means a place where the spiritual light of the Creator can be. It can rest. The other meaning of Dalet comes from the word dal in Hebrew, which means poor. It's a lack. So this again is the old concept of duality. We can go either way with it. Now, depending on where the Scorpio consciousness is with this month, remember, Aries and Scorpio are not always the best of friends, because Scorpio tends to see it's also the same with Leo, tends to see for lack of a better word, in anything, Scorpio, you can't lie to the Scorpio, right? We understand that. So if something is superficial or acting in a superficial way, Scorpio will know. And they don't like it because they don't like lies, as we know. So they don't like a facade. They want the truth. They want real. That's what Scorpio wants. I want real. So don't give me the nonsense if you know what I'm saying, okay? Now, any constellation that has an abundance of ego, and by the way, Scorpio has its own ego, but it's a different type of ego. But Leo and Aries are probably the two other signs, because they're fire signs as well, that have this tendency towards an ego. Okay? And they're different, obviously, because Aries is the simplistic, childlike ego, which says, I am because I am. That's it. I am. Why are you? Why are you right? Because I'm right. My way, the highway. Now, Scorpio will definitely not like that. Okay. They don't like that consciousness. And a Leo, I'm not sure which is worse. Probably Leo, because Leo is all about the show. Show means it's not real, right? How do I look? What do you think of me? How do I appear to other people? What's your opinion? Very, very involved. Scorpio doesn't care, right? I don't care. Think what you want, but I'm going to do my thing. Okay. Great. So, Scorpio and Leo can be great friends in the beginning, but often, not always, there's always exceptions. Sometimes Scorpio and Leo can be amazing together as a couple, maybe, right? But sooner or later, it's the Scorpio who will see kind of through. And again, not always, exceptions always. But they won't like they won't like this. They won't like it, and they won't want to put up with it. What does Scorpio need to be aware of in lunar Aries, which we've just gone into? Actually, the new moon of Aries was actually yesterday. Today, I think it's the 10th, and so the 9th of April, and it goes now for another 30 days. We're not following the Gregorian calendar here. So what is what's the thing? What do you need to be careful of? Well, I'll tell you. Because it's Mars again. Now, the Mars is your planet. So you have an intimate connection with Mars. On a Kabbalistic level, you may feel the lack of Mars and do war with it, because you already can easily do war with what you don't like or with yourself, right? That's what you are. Be careful from this. Be careful of the walk, because the desire, what we call the desire, is activated. Desire can go one of two ways. This desire is activated, not only activated, but can be intensified and should be intensified, but only when it's used in the proper way. So if we're not using the desire in the proper way, well then, and what's the not proper way? The selfish desire only for me. Now, if I can intensify my desire, I can overcome anything. Intensify the positive desire, which is it's I desire, but for the sake of helping others, for the sake of my growth, for the sake of being more of where I need to be. Good desire that can be intensified. This is the rule. We need more desire to overcome, to change, to manifest than not. We need more desire. The main reason why most people do not succeed is because they lack enough desire. It's not a true desire. It's a want. A want is not a desire. No. I want to be successful. I want to lose weight. I want, whatever. No, I want is not enough. I yearn for it. I'll strive and I'll do whatever it takes in order to achieve it. That's a desire. It has to be burning. Now, this is easy for Scorpio. The only issue is don't be triggered and don't go into a dark place with that desire. Then it's destructive, as we know. So this month, use it. Tap in. Ask, I want more desire because I want to have more power to overcome. The Passover, Passover is in this month. I spoke more at length about it on the other channel. Good idea to watch it. But in the Passover, we tap into the full impact of that desire with the ability to control how it will manifest during the year. That's why it's called a Seder. Seder means an order. We don't have a Seder, it's nice family. It's like, that's nice. That's not what it's about, the family argument for the year. No, it's a metaphysical event to create order in the consciousness as far as how desires will be manifest in the coming year. How my reactive behavior potential will manifest in the coming year. How much will I be able to overcome during the coming year? Now, remember, since you have planet Mars with you, you can have a special access into this force to overcome the war, the negative war, which is, like trying to stop the freight train, and use the positive aspect of that desire to expand it to give us the ability to overcome whatever may stand in our way. Power, order. That's what we're looking for this month. So that's what I got for you. Please pay attention, be careful. Remember, desire is a double-edged sword. We're never looking to lessen the desire, but we are looking to expand it and harness it in a controlled way so that we can use it to the maximum benefit, not only for ourselves, but for other people as well, of course, in our circle. Be blessed, guys, and I'll see you soon on the next video. All the best.